Absolutely. I would say one of the biggest things that has stuck with me over the last couple of years is you are one of one. There's nobody like you. And so you might have a goal or a vision, something that you're passionate about that you want to pursue, but you're getting discouraged because either you don't know where to start or you feel like it's saturated, everybody is doing it. Number one, I would say to read, educate yourself on it, and then get a mentor. But number two, I would say to do it anyway.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Q Edmonds. Super excited to be here today. Super excited about my host. Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing I know about my host right now. She don't give up easy. I'm just going to tell you all that right now. She pushes through. She set me up to say my favorite word. She has stick-to-itiveness that I absolutely love. And you hear her laughing because she persevered to be here. And I know that you're going to get something very, very great from this interview. And I'm just so excited. I could tell you what she do, but I'm gonna let her tell it herself. But I just want to let y'all know y'all are in for a real treat. I'd like to introduce you guys to Miss Adrienne Pearl. Miss Adrienne, how you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Yep, I'm excited too. I am doing great. And listen, we're going to dive right in because I know our listeners are going to love what you're involved in. And so, Miss Adrienne, I want you to do me a favor. Take us into your world, right? Tell us the things that you are focused on. Tell us what your passions is. Might even want to tell us a little bit of how you got started. So I want you to go ahead and just and take us into your world. And if you don't mind, tell us what markets you're in as well. You're operating in as well.
Absolutely. So my company is Pearls Design Properties, centered around my name. And what we do is we help family and those in our community, particularly lower middle class renters, become homeowners or get into real estate, whether it is investing or just, like I said, becoming a homeowner, regardless of income and social economic status. So our goal is to help you create legacy, build equity, and generational wealth. And so you asked about me in my past. I come from humble beginnings, but I knew nothing about investing, real estate, or what have you. And I purchased my first home at the age of 23. But when I did that, my uncle at the time, he kind of was like, "What are you doing?" I was looking for a rental property to rent,
Yeah.
coming out of college. And he's like, "No, your credit is good. You might need to look at home ownership." But there was no one around me buying. I came from living in an apartment with a duplex, should I say, with my mom and my siblings, and she did very well, the best she could with us. But there was no one around us owning homes. So when he said that, I was a little bit nervous at first. However, my mom and I went through the process together, so she was right there side by side with me. And that's when I got into owning a home as far as a homeowner. But fast forward, and even with that experience, it wasn't an easy experience dealing with the real estate agent and going through all the knowledge and learning about all that stuff. I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
What I did fast forward to today is I went ahead and I said, okay, let me look in the investing side. So I had an uncle on my dad's side who did real estate investing. And I've always been intrigued. I would come from being a school counselor, but I always had that background with doing some sort of investing, some sort of multi-level marketing. So when I started looking at the statistics and seeing that not a lot of people, particularly Black, and our Black wealth going to zero by 2053, and when he talked about invested and brought me into that world, I brought one of my close friends. We did our first investment property. He was our mentor, and I didn't look back. And my goal has always been to get into our community, to give back, to teach people, particularly those that look like me, that if I can do it, then you can do it too. So that's how I got in it, became a real estate broker, became an investor with rental properties, and now I'm an all-published author with a book called Flip Smart that's on Amazon. So the God has been good, and it has been accelerating so fast within these last 3 to 4 years.
Ooh, well, thank you, ma'am. I mean, what a journey, what a story.
Yes.
My
Yes.
wife's a school counselor, so hats off to you. I know, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
for 10
Awesome. I
years.
like
So
her
yeah, so
already.
yeah, listen, y'all would get along just great. But I mean, what a phenomenal story. I mean, from you, I think you said 23-year-old home,
Yep.
getting a home
23.
ownership. Hats off to your uncle. Yeah, hats off on for steering you in the right direction when it comes to
That's
home
right. That's
ownership.
right.
And like
That's
you
right.
said, I come from West Baltimore. So if you're familiar with
Okay.
Baltimore, I mean,
Yes, absolutely.
and so, you talked about, I'm not seeing a lot of people in it that look like you, that's doing what you do.
That's
Totally
correct.
understand. It's not always easy. And even now that you still got things figured out, I know it's still not easy in this climate
It's
all the
still
time.
not easy as an
Exactly.
entrepreneur.
Right?
You look at it and sometimes you're like, do I need to go back to a 9 to 5? Because I waited a while. I
Yeah.
waited for almost, 10 years
Yeah.
to transition. And I'm like, wait a minute, some days are better than others, but I believe that we all have a purpose and we all have a calling. And even though I'm not in the school counseling side of things anymore, I'm still providing that education and that teaching, and I'm still making an impact. So I believe that this is where God has placed me and where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Educating and looking out for people don't stop. I'm sure it's in your DNA.
It does not.
It's the way God's wired you, right? So
That's
it makes
right.
sense
That's
that
right.
coaching is right there on the horizon. Makes sense that you to put out a book. All that makes sense. So you got all this stuff going on. So let me ask you, what's been the key to keeping that machine running smoothly? Like what keeps you passionate and driven about what you do?
You have to have a plan. And then I would say what keeps me going is by me working on being a real estate broker slash agent, working with my clients and seeing their joy after they have reached that step, whether it is buying an investment property or buying their first home, people that didn't even feel like that they could do it, working with those lower, like I said, middle class renters and them coming and being that first generation of a homeowner. That's the stuff that keeps me going. That is what keeps me up at night. And like Adrienne, hey, you got to get to the next level. You got to keep doing it. Got to keep pumping. Even when I sometimes get defeated or I get discouraged and I'm like, okay, I'm not seeing the results happen fast enough. I know that, okay, slow and steady wins the race. Not always fast. You have to go through those hardships too, because that's going to teach you and build your character up for when get to the big things. That's the stuff that keeps me going. It's my clients, those in the community and people that's saying, hey, I love what you're doing. I watched your video or I watched this and that, or I bought your book and I love that you're giving back. So those things like that makes me say, okay, you got to keep doing it because you're making an impact.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Absolutely, absolutely. You and I, we read the same book, and when I say this quote, you're gonna know what book I'm talking about. There's this quote in the book that says, "No discipline feels good at the time, but once it's complete, and it produces peace on the other side of that."
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
you got to stick to it. You got to stay
That's
pushing
right.
through. And I know you are an example of that, and that's why you're here. And so I
I
love having
agree.
you here. And so I want to ask you this, but I want to get this from your lens. I love to ask this question because I want to get this from your unique lens.
Okay.
We know, and we talked about it. There's times when things get real, right? When
Mhm.
deals go sideways. That time when we got to pivot fast. And so, Miss Adrienne, I was wondering if you don't mind sharing a story like that for our viewers, because I want them to hear that from your perspective. Because it's easy to talk about the success, but let's take them on a
It's
journey
easy
a
to
little,
talk
right?
about the success, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't see what we do behind the scene. You know what we have to be that counselor for our clients. You dealing with clients that either haven't purchased before, clients that's dealing with estate sales because someone passed away, clients that's dealing with divorce. All levels of walks of life that we have to communicate with and represent. And you have to take your time. This is a big thing that people are going through. So, just having those conversations and talking them off, or like you just said, deals not going. I've had so many times where I personally went into my own pocket and said, okay, I'm going to cut my commission, not because, we're wanting to, but I know that if I didn't have this client in the first place, they wouldn't be here. That's number
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
But number two, I'm saying it, and I'm not saying it being big on cutting commission. I want to make sure it's not about the money. It's about that person. And when I'm working with that person and I'm giving my all with them and helping them, and I know that they did everything they could do to make that deal go through for them to get that particular home, I'm willing to do that. It's all about that relationship building. 95% of my clients return.
Hmm.
And so that says a lot about, I'm looking at them more so as family versus a number or a ticket item or versus that commission. So I love what I do and I love my folks. I do.
Absolutely. No, I hear your heart. I hear your passion. And I love that you put a percentage out there. You said 99% of my clients, they come back. And that shows
Mm-hmm.
me that you're not just one that's dabbling. You're one
Yep.
that you're in it for the long term because you're
That's
building
correct.
connections, you're
That's
building the
correct.
clientele. And so I love it. But
Absolutely.
let me ask you this. What are you most focused on solving or scaling next? Like, what's the next real goal for you, Miss Adrienne?
Well, right now I have created my book that's on Amazon. I'm so excited about this Flip Smart book. We
Yeah.
launched on August 11th. When we launched on Amazon, we were in the top new release for Amazon for that week. So I was excited about that. But we also have our coaching program. So we have our 6-week coaching program. And we have our course. It's a self-paced course. So with the coaching program and the course, you can find that on my website, Pearls Design Properties. And we're growing that. We're growing our Flip Smart community, showing whether you buy that book, the course, or the program. We are helping you flip smart, flip the right way, avoid those mistakes that I made. So I share a lot of stuff in the book so that you don't have to go through them. And then I also, I'm teaching you. So with that 6-week course, you have me right there walking you through your first flip and also giving you a lot of tools and knowledge. So I'm
Absolutely.
excited about the next 6 weeks and the next couple of years with that platform.
Absolutely. I'm excited for you. I mean, that's big. You already
Mhm.
established yourself, established your business, you got your clientele, 99% of them are coming back. But then you said, listen, this is good. I mean, every day, one day is not like the next, but I'm
That's
successful.
right.
But then you're like, no, you know what? Let me keep educating. Let me keep helping other
Let me
people.
keep
So,
educating.
so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna write this book to help you about flipping smart. I'm gonna go ahead and do this coaching. I'm gonna go ahead and give you
That's
this
right.
course. And so
That's right.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I love it. And I mean, you've been in it long enough. You know, the next move can either compound things or it can create
That's
total
right.
chaos, depending on
Absolutely.
how you play it. But what I like about you, it seems like you are a person that embraces the chaos, because
Yes,
within the chaos, there's beauty. It just need to be
that it
extracted out,
is.
right? And so, I love it. And I want to ask you this. I want to get your perspective on this, because you talked about people, you serve people. And so there's a lot of people that are listening. They're either early on their journey, they're looking to level up.
Yeah.
And I think they'll benefit hearing this from you. When it comes to building relationships and
Mhm.
growing your network, what has made the biggest difference for you, Miss Adrienne?
That's a great question. And I'm all about networking and relationship building. So when I transitioned from education in 23, I actually went into, I'm sorry, 22, I
Mhm.
actually went into a few accelerator business programs. And so they were brought to my attention in our community, and some of them were like 6-week programs. Just going through those programs, networking with other small business owners, networking with banks and lenders and accountants and all those resources. And those two programs were free. It allowed me to take my business to the next level as far as growing and scaling. So I am big about, educating yourself, surrounding yourself with other like-minded individuals, looking in your communities to see if there's any programs to help your business grow and scale. And there is a lot of them. Contacting or going online to the Small Business Association, you'll find a lot of resources and a lot of information there. So I think that's crucial. We can't do it alone. And you
Yeah.
and I were talking about that before, where being a solo entrepreneur, it's only so much that you can get to, but you have to build those systems and build those teams. Also, build those relationships and networking. So I think that's crucial.
Absolutely, absolutely. Relationships are everything in this space. And
Hmm.
so I didn't have this question kind of prompted, but when I talk to people like you who has this lens of servitude, I want to open up the floor just to see if there's anything you want to say to the people that can inspire them or educate. Now, listen. You are a coach.
Okay.
Listen. We're gonna give them some free game, but don't give them the game. Don't give them the premium stuff that they got to pay for. Right?
Okay.
Just give them a little something from the heart, because I love your story. I love what you're about.
Okay.
I love your mission, your passion. And so I just want, if you could just talk to the people from the heart, something maybe that you've been thinking about, something that's on your mind, to inspire or educate people.
Absolutely. I would say one of the biggest things that has stuck with me over the last couple of years is you are one of one. There's nobody like you. And so you might have a goal or a vision, something that you're passionate about that you want to pursue, but you're getting discouraged because either you don't know where to start or you feel like it's saturated, everybody is doing it. Number one, I would say to read, educate yourself on it, and then get a mentor. But number two, I would say to do it anyway. We always hear about that analogy of the bread. And when you go into the store, there's so many different varieties of bread on the shelf, but people are still buying that bread. So I would say to still pursue that goal, task, or dream that you have, even if you feel like it's saturated, because nobody has that calling, that purpose, that drive. You might have something distinct that's so different than everybody else that people want to see. They're going to buy it. They want you. So don't let that discourage you from going after what you want. But like I said, build those systems around, get that mentor going, do your homework, do that research, but don't give up. Keep going. You're going to stumble along the way. A lot of people want to get to that ladder fast, but it's a ladder for a reason. It has
Yeah.
those stairs for a reason. So you got to start small, but just start.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing I would say. Just start. And when you stumble and fall, the stumbling and the falling is building your character, is building you up so that when you go to that next level, you've already learned that stuff. So that's the biggest thing I would say.
Gems.
Yes. Yes.
Gems. Thank you. No, pearls. You just dropped some pearls on some people. Pearl. I appreciate that so much. Listen, before we wrap, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, maybe collaborate or learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
Our website is pearlsdesignproperties.com.
Gotcha.
And then I am on Instagram. My name on Instagram is A Pearl the Broker. On other social media platforms as well. So if you just search Adrienne Pearl, it will all the other networks like LinkedIn and those like that will come up. But definitely go to our website and you can get to everything, whether it's our Flip Smart, whether you want to work with me on the coaching and the self-paced modules, or whether you just want, we also do staging. So that's another piece of the brand that we do is staging. So everything that you need to know about us, what we're doing in the community, etc., can be found on our website.
Absolutely. Now, I know you mentioned Flip Smart, but promote that book one more time. Just do it for me one more
Yes,
time, if you
I'm
don't mind.
excited about my book,
Yes.
y'all. I'm so excited about this book. And it's giving you 7 steps, only 7. You know, some people may do a whole dissertation. I don't want to do that. I know our attention span nowadays, is not long. So I wanted to give you 7 steps to flip your house the right way, to avoid costing mistakes, strategize, maximize your profit, and keep that money in your pocket. So you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on our website. On Amazon, it is the ebook version as well as the version printable version. So definitely get the book. Even if you don't do anything else, if you want to get into it, I have jewels in there for getting into investing. And one of the things I do want to say before we go is I had a couple advanced readers read the book beforehand, and I wanted to get people that had no idea about investing, right? They never flipped a house, maybe even never purchased a home. And so one of the things that stuck out to me the most is one of my readers said, when I read it in a couple days, like it's that fast. But when I read it, I feel like you gave us tools if we wanted to start any kind of business. So I was kind of shocked that they said that, but I was excited at the same time because I'm like, that is the goal. It doesn't matter what business you're trying to do. And so I give a lot of resources and information. So for to hear one of the reasons say that they felt like they can start any business with the tools and knowledge that I share, I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. Well, there she is, everyone, Miss Adrienne Pearl. Listen, I appreciate your time, ma'am. I appreciate your
Absolutely.
story. I appreciate your
Thank you.
perspective. I appreciate your consistency. I appreciate your
Yes.
persistency.
We had to be persistent with this
Yes,
one.
but I
Technology, you got to improvise when it comes to
come
technologies.
on now. But I think we served our purpose today. What you think? I think we served our
I,
purpose with
I
this.
think we did.
I
I think
think
we
we
did a
did
really
too.
good job.
I
I
think so
appreciate
too.
you for having
Yeah.
me on the show, and I'm excited.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much. We need more people like you in this space. So hats off to you, flowers to you. Thank you
Thank
again, Miss
you.
Pearl. And to those,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And to those that's tuning in, you got value. I'm not gonna say if you got value, you got value from this conversation. Come on. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. You do not want to miss out on the upcoming conversations like the one we had today with Miss Adrienne Pearl. So y'all make sure you subscribe. Miss Pearl, thank you again. And to everyone else,
Thank you so much.
absolutely. And everyone else, we'll see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.